read 13 months in the month of 13 months. And I love Villainous King. Ooh. I read 13 books in the month of October, and I would like to share my thoughts with you. You may not have asked, but I'm going to deliver either way. I started off the month hella strong with Phantasm by Harleigh Beck. Now, Harleigh Beck is a new to me author this year and is quickly becoming an auto-buy author for me because I just devour everything that she writes. Now, Phantasm is an enemies to lovers, secret society. He like waterboards her with his expensive ass whiskey because he's also a billionaire. He forces her to marry him. I just love that type of enemies to lover. It was a 5-star for me, baby. Then I listened to Into the Darkness by V. Taylor. Now, I went in blind. This is a 2-part book. I have not read book 2. I don't know what's going to become of book 2 because I sobbed and cried at the end of this book when I realized it was a Romeo and Juliet retelling. Secret society, college, mental health rep, 4.25 stars. Then I read Sick Boys and Evil Boys by Clarissa Wilde. I did these on audio. It is a dual narration. I do love the narrators. So it's a wide shoes, bully, university type setting. Definitely love Sick Boys. It was a 4-star for me. It was really good. I read this one. I didn't connect quite as much with the characters, so 3.5 stars. Then I read Brimstone by Sophie Lark. Now this is great for your spooky season vibes. I also did this one on audiobook. I cannot remember if it's dual or duet narration, to be honest with you. That being said, I ate it up. It's got suspense, it's got mystery, it's got a plot twist at the end, it's got a creepy old house, and a very grumpy neighbor next door. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's not super, super dark. It's kind of like borderlines dark and contemporary, so maybe my contemporary readers who wants a spooky season read that like borderlines, this would be a good read for you. 4.5 stars. I read Happy Trail by Daisy Prescott. I should have DNF'd this book when I realized it wasn't for me, so that's my bad. It's very cutesy. It's a little rom-com-y. Getting dragged, like they don't even meet each other. She's on this wilderness trail for like eternity, which is fine, it's part of the storyline, but like they don't meet until I swear it feels like 40% into the book. I don't remember, but it wasn't for me. 2.25 stars. I can see where someone else that wasn't me might enjoy it. That's okay because right after I had 3 bangers back to back to back, and I'm gonna tell you about them. I had Irish by Brittanee Nicole. Now this is, again, more contemporary meets dark romance. It's not super dark, it's a light mafia read, but what no one told me about this book was that it has a serial female unaliver, which I eat that up. Mafia books are a dime a dozen, but this one feels different, it feels unique, it felt refreshing, and I loved it. 5 stars. Then I listened to From Here to Eternity by A.L. Jackson. Oh, I love A.L. Jackson for small town, romantic suspense, and single dad trope. I also like cried, not in like a sad way, but like in a, I was so happy and relieved and just felt all these big emotions that I couldn't contain it in my soul with the plot twist at the end. Oh, she did it and I just was like, perfect. This story could not have been more fucking perfect. 5 stars. And then I read The Season of Secrets by QB Tyler. Okay, this is not dark at all. This is just fucking spicy contemporary romance, okay? And look, it's only, how many pages is this sucker? Like a little over 200 pages, okay? So it's a quick read for the holiday season, and it's one of my favorite holiday season reads ever because daddy, workplace romance, age gap, forbidden love, daddy, and it is, oh, it's so naughty. I am no longer on this list. Then I read Hostile Saint by India R. Adams. This is an MC romance. It's like kind of like a childhood love, lots of trauma. really, really dark and graphic. I had some conflicting feelings about this one. I literally cried at the beginning of this book. Like, the beginning made me so sad, and I just was here for their love story, and I just kept going for their love story, and I was so obsessed with their love story. But he is younger, which is not a problem typically in books for me. There's times where his naivety, because he was abused so much, is charming. He's experiencing life for the first time in a lot of ways, and that part of it was beautiful. But occasionally, it did come across as he is very fucking young, like very fucking young. And so that was kind of where I like kept swaying back and forth. There was also a few wordings, choices, phrases that I didn't love, which is a whole nother thing. 3 stars. I do really love the concept of this book, so I do think I'm gonna maybe continue on with the series, because I love MC romance, and I did love the concept. There was just the middle section kind of struggle for me. Then I read Villainous Kingpin by Eva Winters, and I ate this mafia book up. I actually was interested in all the other characters' romances. These men have like this curse where they meet the one and they become obsessed with them, which is right up my alley. So yeah, I ate this audiobook up. It was 4.5 stars for me. Then I read Honeybee Hearts by Kendra Moreno. I loved this book so much. I laughed so much. It was spicy. There's a lot of cowboys. It's small town. There's a lot of humor. I really wish that these would become an audiobook, because I think it would just like elevate this whole thing to another experience. I think we're all in our like dark romance meets rom-com era, and that's what this feels like. It's a dark romance meets like rom-com, and I just eat these cowboys up. It was a 4.5 stars for me. And then I listened to Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. Again, dark rom-com, dark romance meets rom-com, and they had a baby, and the baby's name is Josh, and he is a stalker who is obsessed with this nurse, and I just loved it. There's this humorous part with the cat named Fred, and he just talks about him like he's his own child, and I did it on audio, which is why I rated it a 4.75 star, because there's like a modulator where like it actually sounds like he's in a mask and masking his voice with this modulator, and I just thought it was unique and refreshing, so I gave the audiobook a 4.75 star. I do think if I read it physically, it would be about a 4.5, but I ate it up. I ate it up. And that's a wrap, my friends.